How's practice?
It's a good day. First day of live work of spring. Last week, when you evaluate last week as a whole, we had 3 good practices. Nothing live, but we did get to put the pads on Saturday, so we did some banging, but no tackling to the ground. Today we got to tackle and get a look at some guys for the first time in that situation, and I thought they responded well. Jalen Glover looked good, ripped off about a 50-yard run. Lander Barton did some good things. And the quarterback Brandon Rose made a couple nice throws. So a lot of good things from the guys that we're getting the first look at live action from, and it was encouraging.
Did you see a certain confidence level from Jalen coming in the door right away?
Without a doubt, he's very mature. He's not like a kid that should still be in high school. He's got a tremendous work ethic. He's organized in all facets of his life. I mean, he's got things completely laid out what he wants to do, his goals, and he's a guy that we think is going to be a very good player for us.
Brant Kuithe has been so valuable to you guys in the passing game the last couple of years. What have you seen from him in spring ball in terms of evolving into a leadership role?
Well, we're moving him to linebacker, so that's going to be – no, I'm just kidding. He's going to be a very valuable part of our offense. He's so productive. I mean, he's a guy that is battle-tested. He's a proven commodity. He's a big play guy. He's a threat after the catch. He's got great hands, first of all. He's a good blocker. He's not the biggest guy, 225, but he can do what we need him to do in the blocking game. We don't ask him to do a whole lot, but he's a guy that is a big play capability guy that has made a ton of plays for us over the last 3 years.
Kyle, why does Munir McLean's skill set allow him to transition to tight end? What does he do that you feel comfortable having him do?
Well, first of all, his size. He's 6'3 plus, probably closer to 6'4 than 6'3. He's about 230 right now, with room to put on another 5 or 10 pounds. So physically, he's got the profile for a tight end. Having so much success with Brant Kuithe, he's the same style of player as Brant. A tight end that really has a lot of receiver skills, and we think that he's got a bright future as well.
Was he receptive to that change?
He was. He was excited about it. And like I said, he's not getting any smaller. He came to us about 215, but since he's been in the weight room, he's put on 15 pounds, and we think that's his highest ceiling is going to be at that move tight end position, the same thing that Brant does for us.
How hard is a transition is that for a wide receiver to go to tight end? I know similar skill sets in some respects, but not guarding responsibility.
Depends on your body type. If you're strong enough and physical enough, it makes it easier. He's got to learn how to his techniques and fundamentals blocking wise, because as a wide receiver, when you stock block on the edge, that's a lot different than when you need to have a linebacker block and dig a defensive end out or something like that. So that's going to take some time, but he's willing. As long as you got a guy that's willing to hit and willing to be physical, you can work with that. If there's a guy that shies away from contact, it's probably not going to be a good transition.
Beyond Brant and Dalton, given that you guys do run some 13 personnel, how important is it to find a viable third guy, whether it's McLean or somebody else?
Very important, and Thomas Yasmin's had a really good first 4 days of practice, and so he's a guy that is in that mix as well to be that third tight end in the 13 personnel. And he's, I think it's his 3rd year in the program, 3rd or 4th. He came to us with absolutely zero football experience, so he was starting at ground zero, and really has made strides every single season. We're hoping this is the season that he can be a contributor.
Coach, guys like Britton, Devin Lloyd, Nick Ford were just tremendous leaders for you for a long time. Do you see guys maybe stepping up into those leadership roles and filling those voids?
Yeah, without a doubt. And that's the cycle of college football. You lose most of your leaders each year, because most of your leaders are typically upperclassmen. And so we've got guys stepping up. Cam Rising is an outstanding leader. Brant Kuithe, him and Cam are both the captains of the offense, doing a great job. Clark Phillips is an outstanding leader. Devin Kafusi. Cole Bishop, even though he's just a true sophomore. So we have a lot of leaders that really is now their turn to step up and be vocal and show what they can do in that capacity.
Solomon Enis has shown you flashes of what he can do, like down the field when he's been healthy. What have you seen from him in terms of his evolution this spring?
Yeah, Sol's been very steady for us. We expect him to have his most productive year for us this year. It's his senior year. He's another guy that fills those leadership shoes that we lost with those graduating seniors. But Solo is a tremendous worker, and the one thing that gets overlooked with Solo is he's an outstanding special teams player. He's on, I think, 2 or 3 of the special teams. He's on punt, he's on punt return, kickoff return. So he's a guy that has value beyond what he does at receiver.
Are you seeing what you want to see from the safety position?
So far, Cole Bishop is a tremendous player. We saw that last year, starting as a true freshman. Kamoi Latu is really making strides. He's a little hampered by a leg injury right now, but he should be back hopefully by the end of this week. If not, then for sure beginning of next week. Who else do we have back there? Stewart, Blue Stewart. Well, his nickname is Blue. Blue's doing a good job at safety. Bryson Reeves is getting a lot of reps. R.J. Hubert, he's healthy, 100%, not having to wear the knee brace. And right now, if we had to play tomorrow, it would be R.J. and Cole as the starting safeties.
Any real separation yet between Bryson and JJ, or the two of those?